Blame Canada.
What are we being blamed for?
The weather, apparently.
I saw that South Park song. And Robin Willems actually performed it live at an Oscar ceremony. Right around the time when the Americans were very upset that Canadian actors were coming and taking our jobs. And now, every American on the planet is in love with Ryan Reynolds, who's Canadian. And girl from Cadmus, also Canadian. So, pretty sure. Anyway.
Wait, she's
Alec
Canadian?
Baldwin is not Canadian. He's from
I had
New Jersey.
no idea that she was Canadian.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
If you go onto like Netflix, there's like Canadian collection of Canadian actors, and you go to Netflix, it's like it's the Canadian collection. It's like, okay, it's a thing.
Justin Bieber.
Yeah, you can have him back.
We don't speak of him.
He's like, we don't speak of Bruno. We don't speak of Bruno. All right? We don't talk about Bruno. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another exciting edition of, well, the Age of Ashes Pathfinder 2nd Edition of the Elven Portal Podcast.
Dwarves in space. Sorry.
Now that would be something. Play Starfinder.
It could be
and all dwarves doing the like Vast Horizon or something. Like just to take our characters and convert them.
A bunch of dwarves who just plunder every planet they land on. They violently mine the minerals, and then they leave.
Dwarven.
Massive scale mining operations. We just create a giant Omicron, just rolls around eating planets and refining the materials from them. I like it. I mean, that's endgame, but
yeah. But that's it. Yeah. All right. We'll swap notes. I'm going to send you a link for our Google Sheet.
You monster. All right. Back in the saddle, back in the battle. We are playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition, Age of Ashes, the Pathfinder adventure path. And we are getting a look at the heart of the jungle with a draconic theme twisted over a trap and a rainbow butt monkey who hasn't decided what pronoun she wants to be. It is round 5. And at the top of round 5, a trap goes off. Of course, I'm going to hit Loprak. He's the closest target. See if I can't push that blindness from 1 hour to 24. I mean, it's just a thing. Here it comes. Critical. Critical attack. You better give me an awesome saving throw, man, or you're going to be blind for a whole day. Which, actually, may I ask, like, he was blind, and in the last episode, did you see those moves? Did you see the moves the little goblin did to this NPC, like, to this? Is that a feat? Please tell me that move is an actual feat and not a class
there
feature.
were definitely goblin feet involved.
Yes, it is a feat.
What's feat called?
It's a rogue feat called Head Stomp.
Head Stomp. Okay, because we name the episodes after feats, and if you guys do some awesome power move that actually is a feat, and it was like the pinnacle, the big surprise. Yep. When I edit that, that's what we're calling that episode. So, guys, if you got a signature move that's based on a feat, and you can do something awesome in this episode, well, that's what we'll name the episode, because every episode in this Pathfinder 2nd Edition podcast, I don't know if you've noticed, has actually been named after a legitimate feat that had something to do, whether it's effect or just the cool title, of something that happened in that episode. Like frickin' laser beams that try to critically hit with a 31 low brack. What'd you get?
I got a 22 fortitude save.
A 22, and you need a 24.
I believe.
That is a fail, and my crit hit turns it to a critical failure. So, unfortunately for you, sir, you're going to be blind for a day. What time is it, Al? Say, look.
Well, it's about that time if you hurry. I mean, it's
2 o'clock in the afternoon.
It's perhaps an hour past beer o'clock.
Maybe we should ask our druid. Druid, do you have any way of telling time in the jungle?
Oi, it's 3 pounds past the last shot I had.
Right, so 3 o'clock, he said. So, till 3 o'clock tomorrow, p.m., you're blind. And that's me.
It's never an hour after beer o'clock.
He just keeps pushing back the beers on the o'clock so he can keep drinking. Elbrick Stonechucker, played by Matt Witt, is in the house.
That's me.
Our fearless leader with some new spells. Got any new spells for this round?
No, I'm going back to Old Faithful now.
All right.
Magic missile! Pew, 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 into the draconic wee lass there, who's on the ground and been head stomped.
All right. There's like a tread print. What's the famous tread print that actually has something written in the actual boot print that you see on, to say Frost, or there's something, there's a logo and it's a boot print, but it actually has like a name or something written in it, like steel.
Don't tread on me.
No. It was like Van Damme and it had something. Anyway, never mind.
Remember.
I'm reaching. Roll your dice, Al. I'm stalling. Just
All
cast
right.
a spell.
So from Albric's outspread fingertips, 6 missiles of arcane energy burst forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 for a grand total of 2, 7, 10, 14, 16, 21 points of damage to the small draconic humanoid.
Ouch. She takes it with a rat tat tat tat, still standing. But I'm gonna say that on my turn, my attention might turn away from our druid, formerly known as Miros
good.
the
If
Monk.
it creates an opening, it creates an opening. I hope they can exploit it.
Yeah. Anything else, sir?
That's it for me. All my actions went into firing
Now, was this-
missiles of destruction.
Was this properly heightened? You have the level and the spell, because there's so much chatter in our early episodes of us screwing
I
that up.
spent a second level spell slot to cast that spell, yes.
All right. I'll have to trust you.
It's proper.
Stefan Oakhart. Once again, I actually phoned Spiegler on the break to see, unfortunately, he's still out of town. He was tickled that a British actor is playing his character. And now Doug opens up a line talking out of turn with a Scottish accent because in Star Wars, he plays a tight-lipped robot, and now Doug is just dying. He's got so much talent, just trying to ooze out, Didn't come out of Glug Glug, but now he's playing somebody else. It's just oozing out of him. What do you want to do, Stefan?
Right. I ain't done much good up to now, so hopefully this will go better. Does a 26 hit?
Oh, so
And an
close.
18.
So close. Pretty
Yeah,
sure.
that's a hit.
Pretty sure.
According to Fantasy Grounds.
Oh, it is. Even though I'm
Yes.
27, but I'm flat-footed
Because
and
you're
I'm prone and flat-footed.
Yeah, go roll
Right.
power.
Yeah. Tactics. Who knew, Joe? Look at them starting. He's so proud of you, Joe.
So
they're
proud.
starting to use. They're starting to compile effects using tactics. He's so
For
proud.
13 points of damage.
Nice.
All right, I'll try again.
No, he's Australian. That's great.
Yep.
I move around. I get around a lot.
He thinks this is a screen test. He doesn't know this is like live acting.
What a great idea for a character. A malfunctioning protocol droid who lapses through different accents with
How
every
about
statement.
a bipolar, not schizophrenic bard?
Does a 27 hit?
Brain damaged. Ooh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, it does.
For 13 more points of damage.
Did you
So
get
26.
Did you get the 11? Maul, 26, 18,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
13,
Both times.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go. I did tell Spiegler that you weren't hitting anything. Now you're making up for like an entire episode. He's just beating the crap out of this thing. And it is. You guys see, like, it's down, and he goes, stomp. The goblin stomps the head, and Oakenhart's like, oh, that works. And he just starts driving the railway spike. Like, just, Maul goes up, chest goes crush. Maul goes up, pelvis goes out. Like, dang, dang. Now, you've been putting in the penalties, I assume? Moving down on the...
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then, anything else?
I think that's going to be it.
You fight better blind, Spiegler, is what I'm going to say. When I walk into work on Monday, I'm like, you actually don't show up anymore, and you fight better blind.
Oh, no. Make him go through the day with a blindfold on at work.
You made up your own character for a cameo, and he didn't hit shit. He got mauled by an elephant, but, rent him a guy, and Doug's on fire. All right. Are you done? Yeah?
Yes, I am done.
Okay. So, I gotta say, on your turn, were you back here and you moved over? back.
I've been on this corner point since I moved
Since the
over
beginning of
from
your
since
turn,
for the
right.
whole. I didn't move. Yeah, I didn't use my third action to do anything.
Okay. It's a good thing I can only go back in time to the beginning of a round. If somebody remembers something 3 rounds ago, oh well. Even if it could hurt you, because coming within reach, anybody moving within reach of my tail gets a slap. I could have whacked you. Could have whacked you good.
Yeah, but you only can do it once per round.
Yeah, it was a new round. Oh,
You whacked Lobrak, and in the same round, they all rushed it up on top of him.
Yeah, but Lobrak on a new round pinned and tripped me and all that. Oh, that's right, I'm prone. I can't really do a tail swipe while I'm prone. Right. Anyway, small draconic humanoid. Do I have a name? I think we should learn my name. Rack. That's what she's spitting out blood saying her name. I stand up.
Maybe.
Ryan?
No, Doug is playing a fighter. Is Oakenheart not a fighter?
I am. Is attack of opportunity.
I think it's a thing for you.
Is it going to be on my abilities list?
I'm just looking here.
Yeah, it should be in your abilities list, if anything.
Courtly graces. That's funny.
Well, I do have attack of opportunity. Yes, I do. So I shall. Do I get my max, or is this second or
Max.
third? Or
That's like
Yeah,
a fresh
back.
attack.
top end? Sweet.
Yeah.
All right, here I go.
That
natural 20.
It's the
Nice.
14. This gonna hurt.
You just talked about saying a name, Jeff. You were talking about a name.
Here comes the card. Here comes the card.
For 28 points of damage.
Oh my god.
And this is bludgeoning because it's a hammer.
Yeah.
Please let it be something like crushes it completely.
No,
Careful,
hammers.
Crusher.
How many
comes
characters?
Dominic.
How many characters are blind right now? Two.
I do this blind. I'm
Yeah.
doing it blind.
Bludgeoning, thunder strike. It makes a really loud noise. Your strike does, and the target is deafened until healed. I'm deaf. I cannot hear your pitiful screams.
You have to be blind.
Well, I'm putting it on there. Deafened. So I'm prone and deafened. Now, in Miros's movement, it talks about stopping said movement. But a straight up attack of opportunity doesn't stop the action from happening. I just take a hit while it happens. So I don't fall over.
Unless it's a critical.
Oh, is that right? Is that true? That makes
Yes,
sense.
it is.
That does make sense.
If it's a critical, then yeah. So it's like if a spellcaster is trying to cast a spell and a fighter hits them with a critical hit, the spell is lost.
Not even a concentration check.
Nope. At least they have steady.
Good for
concentration.
you, Doug. Good for you. Thank you so much for showing. I was bitching that Joe was.
Spiegler's going to appreciate that.
Joe, no, this is because I called Joe out last session about slipping on his rules lawyering, and all of a sudden it's like, and he comes back with it. Well, by the way, that's a crit. So I'm still down. All right, I try to get up again. Anybody else have a second reaction?
No, damn.
Ryan.
I too have a falling stone strike, perhaps with your name on it. Ah! Ooh, 34.
Ooh, that's
Hang on a second.
Yeah,
I thought you had something that that provoke. Oh, is it just a hit? I thought you actually had movement that stopped movement.
It strikes, and if he hits with it, it stops the movement.
and if it's a critical, like
Say it again. Like look it up. Yeah.
yeah, it's right here.
Because now I'm wondering of what Joe said is like, does any crit stop movement, or only our special monk when he crits?
It varies.
Yeah.
Well, we need to know this, Joe. You can't just pull this out of a hat, going, well,
Well, because it's not an attack of opportunity. He's using something else.
he's using attack of opportunity. He's using a react. No, I'm talking about like. But I'm talking about like.
attack of opportunity is a name of a reaction. He's using a different reaction.
You misunderstand what I'm saying. Go ahead, Joe.
No, he wants to
Ryan.
know
Go
if
ahead,
every
Ryan.
critical hit cancels.
All right,
Yeah,
so for mine,
Yeah.
if the critical hit and the trigger, if the attack is a critical hit, and the trigger was move action, you disrupt that action.
Okay, so you must have got. Did you get a crit last time?
I believe so.
You must have, because we put her back down, or we
Yeah.
just get excited.
Because we read the whole thing out. And
What's done is done. Okay, but you didn't crit this time.
No, I didn't crit this time.
So I do manage to get up even though I got punched in the face.
But you get punched in the face. Let's throw some dams on that.
Okay.
As the mountain
Let's throw some...
avalanches pain upon those that try to climb the mountain.
You should really be like a preacher, not a druid. It's like...
The
As
evangelist
18 bludgeoning damages.
Excess ignored
Fun.
18. Oh, this thing's already dead. It couldn't get up, Jeff. Track your monsters better, dude.
Dude, you ruined the surprise.
Well, we
I
buried
died-
the body now.
Everything
Died a
happens...
round ago.
Everything happened... No, it did not die last round. Everything happened simultaneously. And this
Yeah, it's
great
true.
great reveal where it tries to get up, and the dwarf kills it, and it's like it starts twitching, like
Don't
he's
blame me
bouncing
for
the body.
spoiling it. Fantasy Grounds spoiled it, wasn't me.
We didn't have to say anything. You didn't have to say anything. No, that's it. I'm sorry. I'm not in the mood anymore. That's it. Good night, everybody.
Oh,
You like that? Just
poor
eke away.
Jeff.
Just eke away in the chair. All I have are my monsters, and you took that from me. You took it away.
It's our
Jeff,
job.
Could you violently describe how this monster died to us, please?
Oh yes, Matt.
Yes.
Matt. Finally describe how I died. You're already halfway there.
Oh, you want me to describe the death? I can do
Well,
that.
you already blew the tracking the numbers that I was supposed to do. You might as well go in for a penny, in for a penny, in for a pound. They say.
So after
Shut up, Matt. I didn't mean that. Okay, so. Shut up. No, seriously. Thunder strikes and hits it deaf, and your last falling strike, like I said, whether this thing is bouncing because he's hitting it so hard, like you ever smack an aluminum
he
bat off a
ping-ponged
log?
it.
Yeah, like it's just being, yeah. It's getting up. No, it tried to get up, right? It's moving around. He smacks it so hard with the Thunder Lance. Anyway, this thing turns over. It does try to stand, and then he freaking just nails it,
Just gorilla double monkey fist. Just
right? Yeah, because it does say damage 18, ignored 18, because the last strike actually brought me right to the cusp. But because I have a name and a hero pull, like I could have actually lived, and he coup de grace it with the big, elbow. But we'll never know because, we spoiled it.
Fantasy Grounds. Spoiled
Fantasy.
it.
Don't say it
Wasn't
out
me at
loud.
all. Wasn't me at all. Nope.
Nope. So, now it's Miros' turn. Just, okay. Battle's not over, guy. There's still a killer post right there. Yay, we won. We're all dancing around the post. The laser beams
Okay.
are like going off like fireworks up. Yeah.
It's
I
a
grabbed the
killer
ball.
post, I tell you. A killer post.
all right.
Run
so,
away!
So
Put a rabbit on it. You'll be scared.
I grab the body and throw it out the post.
Ah!
Okay.
I have a feat for this.
Called,
Rolling throw.
I thought it was Dwarven Douche, but okay.
No, I'm not high enough level for that.
No,
Dang
I
it.
think that's me.
Being a douchebag in complete Dwarven style, I pick it up, Oh God, now you sound like the late great Steve Irwin. We creep up on the tiger. Now be very careful. I'm gonna stick my thumb up his
Right.
butthole. Oh, it's got him. Oh, hang on. Yeah, good.
That's
So-
not a knife.
That's a knife. So seriously, Miros,
This is a knife.
You aren't calm enough or excited enough in the voice simultaneously.
I know. We're falling apart here. Matt totally threw me off my game.
I'll take credit for that one.
Yeah. What did you do, Miros?
So you have a feat for this.
I do. It doesn't actually. It's not for dealing damage to the creature or the thing I'd be hitting, but it does deal damage to the thing that I throw.
Mutilate the bodies for extra XP has always been a classic move. Why not carry over in second edition?
All right, cool. So rolling throw. It's fun. Requirement: you have grabbed the creature or restrain. Rose leans down, grabs. Fulfilled.
The prone, immobilized, dead. Let me just keep putting conditions on this mini. Yeah.
Next, you propel your grabbed or restrained pull a great distance. You can throw the creature any distance up to 10 feet, plus 5 feet times your strength modifier. If you successfully throw the creature, takes bludgeoning damage equal to your strength modifier plus 1d6 per 10 feet you threw it. Attempt an athletics check against foe's fortitude DC. You take a -2 circumstance penalty to your check if the target is one size larger than you, and -4 penalty if it's larger than that. +2 bonus if the target is one size smaller than you, and +4 if it's smaller than that.
New level again. You need to take simpler feats. I throw it. Okay.
Complicated.
Poke. It's
Okay.
just to validate actions.
Sure.
So,
well, target
Athletics check.
target the post, I suppose.
Very well. Post targeted.
I'm just gonna make everybody target this post because there's no more.
You want me to make it a roll thing?
Yeah, you can totally miss and hit Al. It's very dangerous throwing bodies around.
Of course.
You learned that in Dwarven 101.
All right, so this would be my second attack then.
No, that was a reaction. This is your first attack. You killed me with a reaction.
Okay.
So this is your first attack on your turn.
Okay. I don't have an attack button for this, apparently. Hucking
No.
bodies wasn't something I was prepared to do today.
No, just do the skill.
Do the skill. Oh,
Athletics.
yeah, the athletics?
Yeah,
Sure.
it's like skill.
Very good.
You
I
were
will
there.
do that.
You were there when the goblin tripped using athletics. Learn from the master of smallness.
23 athletics.
There you go. Whoop! And plaster it right on the side. It does the slow bend around broken and just kind of hangs and then slides down the post. And gets stuck on one of those ooey, dewy, gooey looking. Well, you see what this thing looks like, right?
Yeah, adds to it.
Like, it's got hooks on it. You just throw it on a hook. There you go.
Well, now it has a dragon baboon on it, so.
Yeah, yeah.
I might, if it was facing me, I would be aiming from the mouth.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
I had that chance.
All right. Matt, you're still on a timeout till we come back to you in the round. Niles, what do you want to do? He's pouting. He's actually pouting on the camera. Niles, what do you want to do?
I guess I will move to the step, I guess, to the trap and slash at it, I guess.
Now, if you guys want ideas about how to take this thing down, making a recall arcana or religion or such might help you. Because then you would learn of its abilities and vulnerabilities, right?
Fine.
Well, your rapier
Since
ain't
I
doing...
missed,
You say your rapier ain't doing much.
I will, yeah. Do your recall knowledge.
Okay. Which knowledge would you like to use?
I don't know, you tell me.
It's actually up to the
I'll use
player.
religion.
My advice would be religion.
I will use religion.
Sure, which
Yeah.
thing I recall.
Play to your strength. Well, the player would be like, what do I think this is? I think it's magical, but doesn't mean you shouldn't try.
23 for religion.
All right. It actually is a totem of religious significance. Yes, it is heavily infused with magic. Yes, it has killer blinding eye beams. And yes, it is technically a trap. But its presence, the reason for it being here, is to mark the territory of a draconic cult. Guess which one?
I wonder.
Al's been going on about this guy Doodad or something. His name, I don't know. You went to a tunnel. Well, Muros was acting out for Al what happened in the tunnel, all that damage you and the goblin took, but came out and remember that. There's Ryan going, and Joseph, sucked it up and got shit done. It's the best ever. Best role playing ever, and he wasn't even a part of the scene. So, with religion, there's always an item placed in the right place. There's always a carving that can be defaced. Like if, you know what I'm saying? Like if it's sacred, it can be sacrileged. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Athletics, thievery, or just overwhelming it with dispel magic should shut this thing down.
Okay.
Because
well,
even you have Divine Dispel. Or do you?
no. So. All right. Oh yes, hey, our blind goblin can try to disarm the trap. That would be good.
Oh, he likes a challenge.
Oh, you don't trust me?
He climbs up Oakenheart's Mall and just starts playing with it. What are you doing?
But yeah, I will relay that as much as I can.
In character, please.
Lobrak, do your magic.
Athletics for a tip, thievery for a
Thievery.
disarm, or actual dispel magic will work.
Thievery.
Okay.
Lobrak.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
we were in the trap already once.
Yeah. Now you have actions left. This thing is still active. Combat's still running. Anything else you want to do, Niles?
Yeah, okay. Oh, I'll try to push it. How's that?
Oh, also, like I said, if you want to see something intelligence that I was hunting it with Matt.
Nope. I'll try to push it.
All right. Athletics.
23.
Now, it says Athletics DC 26 Expert. I'm assuming you have to be an expert in athletics to even be able to hit that DC.
Yep. I can't budge it. Not strong enough.
That's interesting. So it's not just a DC. You need the extra training to able to hit that DC. You can't fluke out, which is kind of cool. He came close. But watching this frail human try to football tackle the dummy is not, it's not getting us anywhere. Lobrak.
Not that frail.
Compared to this lot, you're a reed, you're a willow. It's okay.
So how many actions would it take for the thievery check?
It should be under thievery. I think it's 2, isn't it?
Okay, I think so. For disabled device.
Yeah, like I think it's. Let me just double check. Like right under.
Yeah. I just want to make sure it's disabled device is what you're talking about.
We often forget that, like right here in Fantasy Grounds, when you go to the skill, there are those little red, white dragons. Like you could click on. At the very edge of the skill, there's the red boxes. You click on it, the full description of said skill comes up. You don't have to go to another site or whatever. Palming,
Right.
stealing, thievery, disable device, 2 actions.
Alrighty. Well, I will try that first.
Pick a lock also 2. Okay. It's considered manipulate.
Oh. 2 on the dice for a 17.
Okay.
I believe that'll be a failure.
But you are an expert, and you know you can
Yes.
do this if you just try harder.
Yep.
Okay.
And so, with my last action, I'm going to take the Niles approach and I'm going to try and tackle it.
Now, if you can't see, and disabling is more than just touch, I do want that sort of 11 to have you feel that, okay, this might, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. 6. Or 9, sorry.
Yeah, so, okay. And your last action was what?
I'm going to tackle it.
Okay.
Nat 1 for 14.
He grabs the body. Like he just like, "Ah," and he's like, I got it, you know, and the body like peels off the side, and the two of them go tumbling to the side. Ah!
A little too squishy. Wait, why is it slick? Oh no. That's my turn.
Do you know in Princess Bride, when they think he's dead, and they fill him full of air, and they push on his chest, and he says something, that last breath?
True love.
Exactly, only she says, you know, pronoun she. It's revealed. Trap. Yeah, I'm talking to it. What of it? It's your turn, Trap. Who are you going to shoot? Okay. Well, if you say so. Niles. Oh, and Lobrak.
No randomness.
Yeah,
No,
we're not
no,
getting
no,
any
no, no.
roleplay for this. Come on, Jeff. Do we
Sorry,
not get some
sorry.
trap roleplay?
Sorry. Not that you can hear. I'm all up in my head right now. 2. Still Niles. I was going to say odd for low bracket. Nice.
Yeah.
Sorry. I should allow you guys to choose. Odd or even, boys.
Oh, it's all good. Zap me
Oh,
away.
I figured we were going clockwise, which would have put me at 2, but
Yeah, but I rolled a D3, so what's the point of that? I just realized I screwed up. So I was like, but instead of saying I screwed up, instead of rolling. Anyway, D2.
You
one
could just
for,
target me because I got the most hit points.
There we go. It's a 1. That's Niles. And I rolled a D2. There you go. And he was fine with it. Niles, can I have a saving throw? Actually, you know what?
You have to hit me first.
Yeah, I was going to say. If I target Niles... No, I think I shut the saving throw off, didn't I? Allowing you guys to roll your own. Yeah. Albright, critical. Dun-dun. Make it good. Or it's because it's already going to go down 1.
Yeah, it's all good.
19.
That would be a fail.
19.
Probably a critical fail.
Well, hang on. You never know. Where are we here?
Do either of those cards help you out right now?
24.
No.
No. Would you like to use your hero point to re-roll?
No. I can
Okay.
handle being blind.
All right. So instead of being blinded for an hour, you get knocked down to being blinded for 24.
That's fine.
whoa, go team!
Yep. This is going to be fun leaving the jungle.
It's going to be like the blind leading the blind.
Well, they all come back to the city. We're part Elvish. Who knew? No? Come on. Aiden thought that was funny.
Oh, there's your parser.
Here's your sign, I thought you were going to say.
Oh.
So, that's me, Al, Stone Chucker.
Right, so did you say something about dispelling it, Niles?
Yep.
Right, I should probably try that then.
Now, there is something here next to Dispel, since we're talking to Niles, our rules lawyer. Before you waste something and then go, oh crap, and we got to backtrack. It talks about dispelling it. Where are we here? 4th level counteract.
Okay.
I'm assuming he has to be 4th level? Or is
Yes.
Dispel Magic? Okay, well, he is 4th
The
level.
dispel magic has to be... But
From
yeah,
a fourth
it's-
from a 4th level caster.
It's the easiest way to say it, yeah.
Okay. Or is he actually casting 3rd level Dispel Magic prepped as a 4th level spell?
Yeah, but he can't because he's only 6th level.
I don't know which this is, so
That's the whole thing with the counter spell and dispel magic. It's a little different in
You want to pull up counteract?
this one. That's what I'm trying to read.
Do you want to read it out loud to the whole class?
Yeah, boy, when I find it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sure I can.
Or ask our mage. Al, you're casting, you read it, and Joe will describe his wisdom.
Well,
To
it just says that you attempt to unravel the magic behind a spell or effect. Attempt a counteract check against the target. So the counteract check is if it's a spell, use the caster DC.
So why is it telling me 4th level? I'm wondering if like the spell has to be juiced to 4th level, which you can't do.
No, which doesn't make sense then, unless we're
Can you heighten the spell?
No, there is no heightening to spell. No listing for it information wise.
Okay, so that's wrong. Then it's got to be your level then, right? Whatever remains must be the truth.
Counteract check modifier is your spellcasting ability modifier plus your spellcasting proficiency bonus plus any bonuses and penalties that specifically apply to counteract checks. What you can counteract depends on the check result and the target's level. If it's a spell, its level is a counteract level. Otherwise, half its level and round up to determine its counteract level. If an effect's level is unclear and it came from a creature, half and round up the creature's level.
Okay, so I'm a hazard 6, which is 3, and you round up to 4? Because it says 4th level. Huh. Anyway, you sounded kind of flat. I think you need a little bit more bright treble there, Matt. Anyway, you want to fire off Dispel Magic, and we'll try for the best? Is there like a spell check or like a caster level check to hit your DC?
Checking it here. It doesn't really have any details on that.
Okay.
I click the cast it button and it just does that.
Okay.
So I would say it's caster's DC. No, that's so.
Okay.
Blah,
Now
blah, blah.
there's standard, but there's also putting it in combat. Like, you change your mode at the bottom of your sheet, right?
Oh, maybe.
So I'm thinking if you pick up Dispel,
Yeah, it's the same thing.
and then use the magnifying glass to open it.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm fighting you on the page here.
Yeah, I tried that. Did it not work?
What if you attack with it?
Well, I've got it targeted and hit the attack, and that's what's happening. Is yeah, exactly. Counteract check.
Okay. Now
It's
there's
not
nothing. Yeah. Okay.
100% clear on it. So, but I think what I'd do is I would roll a spellcraft check.
Your arcane. Well, the actual spell. There's got to be dispel magic. It must talk about how it works. You unravel, blah blah blah. You attempt a counteract check against the target. Page 458.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you read what
I'm
it says
getting
there,
Yeah.
and it's a little confusing.
It's very confusing.
Read it and I'll rule it.
All right, so
We've got time.
So, when attempting to counteract a check, add the relevant skill modifier or other appropriate modifier to your check against the target's DC.
There you go. Okay, so basically, what is your Arcana plus?
Plus 12.
Yeah. Because it's not... Yeah, so yeah, just roll plus 12, or roll the Arcana skill, right?
Yeah.
15. And the DC is 22, so no. And you
Okay.
drop, but you do need to burn the spell.
Yep.
Do you want to go again?
Yes, I do.
How many actions does it take for you to cast that?
It is... Where's the spell?
It's 2,
No, I
isn't it?
can't. I cannot.
Okay. Do you want to move?
No, but I'll burn an action to see if I can recall anything about it using Arcana.
Sure.
13.
It's perfectly safe. This is an illusion.
It's
We're all gonna-
perfectly safe.
Yeah,
This is an illusion.
we're gonna let the damage isn't real. We're gonna laugh about this later. Nails burning spells for no reason. That's a natural one.
Yep.
All right, sir. Stefan Oakenhart of the Many Voices.
Right. When you said that I dropped my bow, is it over there?
It's at the very bottom of the board.
Right. I'm gonna go over there and pick it up.
So you watch two guys that are trained in athletics throw themselves at this feebly. Well, you are probably actually an expert at athletics. You're gonna walk away and go get your bow.
I'm sorry, maybe I did miss what they did with their athletics.
But two- they're-
He can't see.
They did nothing.
They're too nice to ask you, so I'm asking you since it's not your character. He is an expert in athletics, which is what is necessary to topple this thing, if you want to take a run at it.
So is Lobrak. He just rolled in that one.
Yeah, but we're going off of evidence. You bounced, so
Rose
he
is
just
an
thinks you
athletics
suck.
expert.
He just thinks you're.
But he hasn't tried to knock it off. Well, I threw a body at it, but nothing really.
Well, you
Right.
go,
Then
you
I'll
go
take
next. Yeah.
I'll take a run at it.
Yeah.
Can I use my charge when I do that?
Yeah, but it won't really affect anything. This is a
All right.
plus
Never
at the end of it. Actually, it will.
I've got two different types of
The
charge.
the charge, is there a charge that gives you an attack bonus?
I've got sudden charge and
Is there any charge that gives you bonuses to actually to hit?
brutish shove, powerful shove. Those are the two shoves I've got. Advantageous assault. No, that's no. All right. So sudden charge just lets me make the attack at the end. So nothing relevant there. I just roll
Okay.
my skill.
Yes, please. Now Muros pipes up that he's expert. You want to aid him?
No, he doesn't need help.
I'm all right.
Natural
No.
20. Okay. Blah! And he knocks it
Oh, you
over.
roll that. You're blind, right? So you still got to hit that 11.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
reflex-
Yeah.
This
Ruby
time you're
rules.
being helpful. I don't mind at all.
Is that reflex? Is that a reflex save?
No,
Is that
no,
what
it's
you
just
a
a raw
flat.
20.
Flat D20.
Oh,
Yeah.
roll 20.
Yeah, so a flat check means a raw, unmodified.
Roll something above a 6 or above.
Nat 20.
There you go.
He did it with intent.
It just
Yeah.
closes his eyes and just runs right at
you
it.
wanted a 20? That's what you need? Okay.
I rolled a
Pushes.
20 on both.
He pushes the pillar over, and for whatever reason, its moorings, like this thing doesn't break. He just pushes it over, so like the actual footing,
He like uproots it.
yeah. But
Go ho.
for whatever reason, remember we're talking to Niles about the placement, the sacredness, certain other consecrations. The eyes, dim down, and the wasping of the breath out of the mouth slows considerably. Doesn't stop, but it does stop shooting you. And it seems far less active and powerful laying on its side on the ground than when it was rooted in this particular spot.
Anybody got an axe?
No, I do not.
Nope.
Really, a dwarf asks 3 other dwarves, anybody got an axe? Everybody goes, nope.
All right, that's not my
That
bag.
orc we met back there had an axe.
That was Theowen's job, right? Remember Theowen, the cousin we left behind?
Just rip the arm off the corpse and start slashing with it.
Goes to the knife.
I mean, you have a horse chopper.
That's close enough.
Hello, world. What? So,
And
Horse
I
chopper,
don't have
right?
any other. Well, I mean, I have actions, but I don't think there's anything else I can really do with them. So I'm good.
Oh, horse chopper is an axe by any other name, is it not?
Yeah, I mean, you could just grab it off my back.
All right, I'll take the horse chopper from him. If
Right,
it's
so
available.
note to self, we should probably start carrying an axe or two with us. I mean, we're traveling to a frickin' jungle.
Actually, it's not that bad to traverse, cousin. Watch this. And Rose just goes into the jungle. And you're it's not bad. You just have to know where not to step on. That's poisonous. Don't touch that.
Okay, so I'm going to quaff.
sorry, I'm gonna give you your hit point back for that, Messsina. That was awesome, and it's a new episode, so why not? Half of his face starts turning purple as he's talking about don't touch that, don't eat that.
You're going to want to put this into that right now. Now, rub it. I know it smells like fecal matter, but you're going to want to shove that on your face. It's no going to go worse.
So, I'm hurt. I'd like to take a few moments to not be hurt.
We're all hurt.
Really? While this thing's not laser beaming us. And then once I'm not so hurt, I'm going to go back to see if I can dispel this magical effect that's on it.
Okay.
Are we all hurt?
Cast again.
Casting again.
So, anytime during downtime...
27.
Okay.
Oh.
You shut it down for, I'm assuming there's some kind of time.
10 minutes.
Yeah. Make it safe.
Yep.
Keep it secret.
Yeah.
Right.
So what do you want to do? Sell it to the Taldorians? Apparently
we
they
want to
collect these,
break it.
apparently.
Break it
Put it up
into
in the
wee
museum.
pieces.
You want to break it.
Into wee pieces.
And why do you
So
want to do that?
It cannot do that no more. It's likely what we should have done with that one that nice Talberian fellow.
Well, see, the thing is, you say break. There is a broken condition,
No,
That's-
I want it utterly destroyed.
and there is a destroyed condition. Can I have an arcane check from anyone? Arcane
Aye.
check.
Just beat the crap out of it till it's
14.
a million pieces.
14. Okay. You're not certain, but like you're doing this on a hunch. You're doing like, okay, I just want it broken, right? You don't have theory to back that up, is what I'm saying. Not with a 14.
Right.
But safe than sorry. Smash. I remove it.
I know if you destroy a ruin and turn it into pebbles, it doesn't work anymore. If I
This
apply
is true.
If I apply the same knowledge to this,
Yeah.
Deface this thing to the point where it can no longer connect to its evil deity.
Okay. We do. We chop, we smash, we make a day of it, have a picnic, whole 9 yards.
It's like a common dwarven pastime.
Chopping down a tree aggressively.
Drinking beer and breaking stuff.
Oh,
A
see, now
bonfire
I'm just thinking of that. Oh God, it was like an old, old for me movie about a bunch of office workers and they're out in a field breaking a printer.
Office Space. Oh, dude,
Yes,
it's
Office
such a good movie. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it.
I need to see it. That's the thing.
It's
but-
very good.
Yeah, now I'm just thinking
Milton.
of that scene, but just replace them all with dwarves.
And Milton, the red stapler guy, was
Milton, yeah.
in the most recent episode of Boba Fett. He was the water dealer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was Milton.
Yeah, they called him a monger.
You
I'm the
give me my
water
stapler
monger.
back. I'm going to burn this building down. Right,
Okay.
so.
Can
Okay.
I, Mr. DM? Question. Evil totem pole attacked us. Did not attack little draconic creature.
Yeah.
Can I search the dead body or something and try to find
Sure.
out why this thing didn't get attacked and we did?
Yeah. Religion, arcane, anything to back this up? Like you
Okay,
search, but
religion
like,
it is. That's my go-to skill.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Gotta be a reason.
Yeah. That was a 32.
You believe with certainty that you didn't notice it at first, but now that you examine the body and you guys are breaking up the totem into pieces, the totem has been keyed to these creatures. They all have marks, or they just naturally have something about them, and it's been worked into the totem. This thing has spikes on it. There's spikes on the totem and little tiny runes. And like I said, the totem actually IDs them, whether it's creature type or religion cultist type, but it won't target her. Because it can actually determine friend or foe, or at least that the cultists are friend. And it's because you rolled over 30, you know it's because of the cult. Not just that she's draconic. It actually has more to do with the religious cult, why it won't shoot them, as
Okay.
opposed to species.
Is there a way I could, like, I don't know,
Sure.
trace
Yeah.
the
Yes,
the
yes.
symbol or something? and
Oh, yes.
copy copy and paste.
Give up your religion and join the cult.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, the dwarf's half draconic. Let's go.
He was thinking more of a false flag, I think.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not like hail thinking. No. Not thinking that.
If you were to fool these things, you would actually have to know quite a bit about the cult.
Well, I'm just. Do they have like a fucking hoodie symbol or something?
No,
That's
there's
what I
like-
was
Yeah, like there's like this would be like lore. We'd be getting into like Dahak lore or the cult lore.
Oh,
And
my
religion-
expert brother.
Yeah.
All right, I may know a thing or two about this. Let's
Okay.
see what I can figure out. Examine the corpse
Okay.
with a 16 in Dahak lore.
Okay. It's ritualistic. You guys would have to you guys would have to go through the cult rituals. You know, be branded and put your hand on the Book of Dahak and all that. You know what I mean? Like, it's not something you could fake with the materials at hand. And even if you guys used her body to figure out a way, you're not certain that lip servicing the ritual would actually work until you came across another post. Cool idea, definitely worth trying, but I wouldn't recommend even after all whatever you guys are going to try and conjure with a post that you already destroyed a body, which is already mutilated. This theory comes now, and it's like, no, I think we need...
No, I don't think
Yeah.
so.
It might
It's
be
not
something
likely.
like all those that, drank the blood at the altar and the high priest was there and said your name to the astral and then the magic is geared into the post and it's like, oh yeah, you're on the list.
Okay.
But-
I was just
but-
thinking more of a symbol or something.
But you are the two of you guys are really onto something, because if the cult has the type of power to put up a magical post that can shoot laser beams, eye beams, and blind people and recognize its own, this cult is way more powerful than anyone's given them credit for. You guys like, we slapped some monkeys and some Muppets at the last dungeon. They stole a key to come through the dungeon. They chased off some elves and they got some trick up their sleeve that blinds them. The elves never said, we ran into posts and got shot and blinded. The elves said, we take one more step in that direction and we're all blind. And now you and Al are digging into bigger theory and lore of like how this magic works. And it's like the implications are dire.
Does this mean level up? Oh, look, we know more. Okay, that's it for me. Except I guess heal everybody that I can.
Please.
Nice.
Please.
With good old treat injury.
All right.
Sorry, treat wounds.
So let's start with like, because I love it how like the fantasy grounds will like do it yourself. So going to Niles, right? Who do you want to target first?
Whoever's hurt the most. We'll go that
Lobrak
way.
has 35 wounds. You have 31. Muros has 39. Al at 41 is the winner. Stefan remains tall, unblemished.
All right, so it will be Al.
This is gonna be awesome. Like, I'm sorry, Spiegler. They voted you off. Like, your guy Underdog didn't even get hit. Maybe we'll be using Star Wars. I'm sorry. See you next week. That's what he's gonna get from me on Monday. It'd be funny. Spiegler would be cool. It'd be like, as long as my guy lives on, I'm happy.
I wasn't even targeted.
It's like he wasn't even there.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Niles. Who were you trying to medicine?
Al. To start with, because he's the. Hold on,
Okay, it's fine.
It's not working on fantasy ground, so
I didn't target him, so I'm sorry. Okay, now
No,
you're down to.
I can't click on to see how much it actually heals.
Oh, it's 31.
No, that's just my check.
You might have to
oh.
load your libraries.
Yeah, I already did that, and it's not working properly. So
Oh no.
it's
Oh,
all right.
sure.
I have it on here.
I was gonna say, let me give it a try. The dice seems to work for me. What are you casting?
It's not casting anything. It's just treat wounds.
Oh, the skill. So it's like
The skill.
The raw
Yeah,
dice.
but I have a whole bunch of extra crap now, so he gets. It's a critical success. It's 48,
Go ahead.
but with my skill of something, I'll think of it.
something.
No, it's called. What's it called? Sorry, I'm looking at it. Magic Hands. On a crit success for for medicine checks for treat wounds, he gets automatic full on the 48. So that's do the math. 32.
That's lovely. So that'll take me down to 9 points of 9 wounds.
Yeah. And since I also at level 6 got continual recovery, now instead of the hour wait, now it's only 10 minutes for each person. So I just can go around the table.
You'll hit me again, but I'm going to quaff one of my potions.
Okay.
For D6 plus 1. So for an additional 6. Bring me down to 3 wounds. I feel much better.
Okay.
Oh,
And then I'll go to Muros.
Hooray!
Does
with
anybody want a potion?
What? Oop, wrong one. Sorry.
What? What are you doing back there?
Well, it's because trying to grab the little thing. 33. Oh, yeah, look, it's
better one.
Another crit success.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So that's 32. Next,
32.
Lobrak.
And then I'll also toss him a potion. D6 plus 1 healing potion.
Sorry, Lobrak, you didn't get crit. You just got normal. Sorry.
It happens.
So these are static numbers. What?
So you get 14. 'Cause-
Okay, so Lobrak gets 14 back.
Yeah.
Putting him at 21.
and now I'll do myself
And yourself?
with a crit, so that's 32.
That's racist, man. He's like leaving the goblin out. The guy was like half the fight. What the
Goblin's
hell?
smaller.
I know. Yeah.
Takes the stamina.
incapacitated, man.
I'll chuck one of my healing
Don't
potions to each of
appreciate
you
it.
guys. I had 6, so how many of us are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh,
And then I
nice.
drank one earlier, so that's going to use my daily ration of potions.
Are we done for the day?
No,
Like,
hang on. a second.
rest and stuff?
Niles,
No.
What did you give yourself, Niles?
It's be max, so
So-
it's 32.
Okay, so you're actually good. And what did Miros get back?
32.
Two,
So
the max.
You're down to 7, right?
Yeah, I have only 7 wounds.
And Al he's down to 3, so he's been looked after.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys have been on top of this. Okay, so your potion. Oh, sorry. Let's start with Joe. Joe, are we done for the day? Where are you
I'm
going with that?
asking you, like, if we're done for the day, because I
and,
still
and like
yeah.
as he's asking that question, all of a sudden
Potions,
this
drink
majestic
up!
cottage appears in the woods behind him. Cozy cabin.
Are we done?
Are we done? It's like before you
Okay.
finishes saying it.
Yeah.
Poof.
Okay,
enough.
so the potion gives what? D6 plus 1?
D6 plus 1.
So
Well,
everybody
here,
roll.
I could, okay.
All right.
I'm saying we can do that, or I can just heal everybody since we're all together now.
Oh, I got to use them daily anyway. So.
No, I was told to drink, and I'm going to drink, damn it.
Or are you down to 3? Miros?
Alberic's mystical mead. It does
Okay.
a body good.
Yeah.
Look at the mead mustache.
Yeah. So Lobrak?
I'll chuck one. 7 total.
15. Okay.
Albrecht, is that cherry flavored?
Niles.
Niles, you can have mine if you
I
want.
got 2. This one's gone sour.
Niles, you can have mine if you want.
Niles, you didn't need any. Your 32 healed your 31, so you didn't even need it. You
That's
just
like a
drink.
It's gone
wild berry.
sour.
Okay.
He goes to not drink it, and all the dwarves give him
Okay.
the stink eye.
So
I'll take another.
Joe, is that good enough, Joe, or did you want to top people off with your spells?
Well, that's saying I think if everybody's like below 5, we're good if we rest. So
I'm at
Lobrek's at 14, so
Yeah,
all right,
Lobrec's
then I'll just
hurt.
heal him.
I can take first watch.
I will just heal Lobrak then.
okay.
Let me target them.
All right.
And I'll collect samples of that post that we destroyed. And samples from the creature we killed. Did we find anything on it?
You guys like smashed it, but I'm assuming you kept bits and pieces and interesting. Like I assumed you guys like the skull, the prongs, like
There, I healed Lobrak for 4.
Okay, so Miro still has 3 hit points, and Al still has 3 hit points of damage.
3 wounds.
Is that what I'm
Yeah,
looking at?
but my resting will take care of that. And overnight, I'm gonna change
who's
my
this-
familiar.
Who's isn't gonna let you rest?
Well, okay.
Oh.
Just because you throw up the hut doesn't mean shit ain't gonna happen to you.
I'll take first watch.
Fair. I
Once
like
again,
this. Sassy.
Doug's on point, man. Like I'm like, oh, Doug smells what's coming. Was it the Joe? Are you sure you want to waste? I mean, dump all your spells into Lobrak right now.
I will be on the roof with my bow. With the bow.
All right. Okay, so you were saying, Al, about swapping familiars. What?
So I'm gonna swap my familiar's ability. I'm gonna take away its ability to speak, and I am going to have it.
Now, just because Jackson Aris is no longer a patron, you don't have to punish the puppy you named after him, man. Like,
it's going to go from something that could possibly have some quippy comebacks to something that is going to further feed my alchemy addiction. So instead of having the ability to speak, it now generates 2 extra reagents for me to use on a daily
it
basis.
grows mushrooms in its fur, and you just pluck them every day. Ugh,
Yep.
like the abyss. All right.
Yep, that's exactly
All
what I'm doing. So that's upping my potion count because I
Okay.
think we're gonna need them.
So, drawing your attention to the map. Boop. Yes.
Yep.
See the post.
Yep.
The dragon head post.
Yep.
That's where you guys are.
Okay.
Huzzah.
Yes. So, going back to, let's say, our little clearing, because you guys literally just threw up your hut right there, didn't you?
Sure did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so where do you want to put this hut? How big is the hut?
I don't know if it actually gives exact dimensions.
Or does it? It's just like a dimensional door, but it doesn't actually take up any space on the
No, I think it actually is a. No, it's not that. Like it actually is a physical conjuration.
Yeah, it is.
It's not-
It is
Okay,
physical.
cool.
Cozy cabin. 20 feet on each side, 10 feet high. So 20 by 20 by 10.
I'm gonna see if I have a token for this. No. Okay. How about a hut?
And yeah, it can sit right in this clearing area. It'll fit. 20 by 20.
I typed in barrel and I got laser barrel. There we go. I gotta make this thing bigger. Oh, you know what? If I change the scale, it's gonna screw everything. All right, you know what? Never mind. So it'll fit in the 20 by 20, which is, so we'll make a picture. I'll draw something for you. That's
Okay.
fine. So I'm gonna draw a square. Oop, not that one. Damn it. How do we erase them? Remove this. Yes. Come on. Remove the damn pointer. Remove pointers. There we go. Pointer. Draw a square. There we go. Like that? You seeing this?
Yeah, bring it 5 feet
Southwest.
towards the party more.
Southwest.
But yeah, basically, that's it.
It won't let me. Okay, gotta start over. Sorry. I'm new at making
'cause you gotta pick
houses.
the other corner, right? Because you got to pick it.
No,
pick
I
the
gotta actually
corner.
start. I gotta start in the middle. So it's like, okay, here's the middle, and then then I draw
right.
out, and then I rotate it. So like this.
Yep, that's it.
Looks
Right
Sure.
there.
Okay, so anyway, it manifests on hardcover because remember how we said the light ones are, right?
Yep.
So what happens if you try to conjure this hut like in the side of a mountain or something? Does it like not work, or is there just like a bush growing into the side of our? Oh, look, it's some lovely leaves for our tea.
Doesn't specify anything like that. It doesn't say you need to have the room to put it in.
Okay. So I'm thinking it shunts. So anyway, see that I know it's taking up even more of the other bush, but that's soft cover, so to say it
Okay,
appears-
that's fine.
yeah,
Wherever
fair.
it'll fit.
Okay, so there it is. There's your hut, boys. I'm assuming the door is right where Al is.
Yep.
Or is it on the side, right? Okay. So if I put you boys, is there a way to hide your minis? There's got to be a way to hide you, right?
No, I'm no longer available.
Yeah.
My dudes are disappearing.
Oh no! Don't hide me. I'm going to be on the
Disappeared.
roof.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, we'll get to you. I made you neutral instead of friendly. So Stefan, where do you want to be? Like center of the? Oh, that's not you.
Wait, is the
well-
Goblin allowed inside?
Is this just a classic pitched roof?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would say
I
it's
guess.
probably pitched to the center.
Is there a chimney?
Yes.
Then I'd have
There would
my
be.
back to the chimney and would occasionally, in order to stay awake, check behind the chimney.
Is he doing
But
all
that way I
night?
can-
Are we doing 2-hour shifts, 4-hour shifts, and how long are we resting? 8 hours is the minimum, I'm supposing.
Yeah, 8 hours is the minimum.
Okay, what's the minimum for a
We will take a
spellcaster?
long rest.
I was good, but who's the minimum for a spellcaster?
I
Eight
think
per-
it's.
8
I think I think you got to go the full.
A long rest.
A
is
long
what-
rest. Yeah.
is okay. So a long rest is 8 hours, but neither
8 hours.
caster is going to be involved. So
Right,
we've got.
So if we
have
do a
3
12
people.
hour of rest.
So
Oh,
it's
I was gonna say take the time until people aren't blinded anymore. If
Right.
Oh.
Take a whole day.
Oh yeah.
other than trying to pull blind people through the jungle, that was my drive for this. I
That's
wasn't
good
just like,
point.
yeah,
No,
oh,
yeah.
time to rest, get our spells back, and then we'll carry on. It's like, no, we
Right.
have people who are blinded.
Ryan's favorite line from Men in Tights. I was just waiting till I
Which
put
line?
a blind guy on your roof. What are you doing?
Blinking. Oh my god.
Only
It
for
was
an
right
hour.
there the
though.
entire
I'm only
time.
blind for an hour. to be
I'm
fair,
guessing. I'm guessing no one's coming.
So the very
Get down
first,
from there.
the very first hour, he's sitting up there blinded.
Well, it's been 20, 30 minutes since
We talking-
I've
no,
been
no.
blinded.
No.
Yeah.
I hear, what do you guys want to do? Now it's down. I'll give you 10 minutes to destroy
Straight to
and
camp,
ponder. Poof. Al
And
said
then-
it. It's just right there, right? Like, how long does all the healing take?
10 minutes a person.
Well, you see me
Okay,
just
okay. No, it's fine.
on
10
the
minutes.
roof going, I got this.
10
I got
minutes.
this.
10 minutes. 10 minutes a person. There's your hour. You're fine.
I just like how all of us, when we're blind, we act like we're not blind.
That's right.
We just don't own that. We have denial at such a high level.
Blind denial.
Dude, you
Our
fight.
Phantom vision.
This is
It's like Phantom Foot. It's like Phantom Vision.
I'm not blind.
Yeah, you fight better
I'm just
too.
choosing not to see.
You fight better too. I'm telling
I
you.
could have crit.
So, at the top of this roof, an hour or so later, we settle in to a 23-hour period of rest. Right? Yeah,
No,
yeah.
just a long
Track-
rest.
tra- long
Not
rest.
23 hours, just a long rest.
What happened to wait till we're not blind no more?
I can
Oh,
cast spells
we-
after we rest.
Right.
Oh,
so to get rid
oh.
of this,
Moving.
we're
That's why I
here
said
for a
long
day.
rest, not
But
stay here for a fucking day.
Okay, so who is not blind? You and Muros, right?
I don't think
not
I'm blind.
now. I'm not.
Yeah, but you're a
blind after
caster. You need 8 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so within that vulnerability point of first 8 hours, where our casters have not reset, and we only have 2 non-blind dudes, it's 4 hours a shift. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So, I'm not going to roll percentage dice. I'm just going to ask for a perception check from
The blind guy?
I'm not blind yet.
from both watchmen.
Right. Oops, sorry, hang on. I don't know what. Oh, good. It didn't. Here we go.
Should they make him in secret?
Yeah, you just
Rolled
put
a 20.
Sorry, put him in the dice tower.
I got 20.
Yeah, perception
Oh,
is like done by me. Sorry, he wasn't here that game where we all went, "Oh yeah, you got to put it in the dice tower," and blah blah blah. Sorry, perceptions are always secret rolls done by myself.
So I need to re-roll.
I need you to drop that in the tower because, like I said,
so-
as soon as you know the
Right.
number, like if you rolled low, then you'd be like, "And I get up and stretch it, and listen real hard."
That's
Like,
not a bad roll. That's the only sad thing about it.
this is not a bad roll. What I'm looking at is not a bad roll.
Okay, good.
It's not necessarily a good roll, but it's not bad. And from and
Oakenheart still has a blinded condition.
oh,
I know this because it says effects -4.
Oh, right. He's got the minus perception.
Yeah, you can take that off.
Oh, that's
So-
sweet. So we could put a blind guy on the roof and he could still perceive shit.
Yeah.
It's
It's
only a
good.
negative
Kinda.
Only a negative 4.
So
Totally
be sure to add
how it
4 to
works.
whatever it was I rolled into the tower.
Yeah, that's right. I got that. Don't worry.
Audit.
Well, Doug's just so used to me like forgetting 3 seconds later everything I do in Star Wars. So I was like, and Jeff, that would be +4 to my roll. Yeah, baby, I got it. He's just so excited to be here.
I'm
God
just so
bless him.
used to tracking you, Jeff.
I know, it's fine, it's
I can't
fine,
track
man.
you in the tower.
No, it's fine. That's okay. I've got 4 other dwarven douchebags that are all over me in this game. Not to worry.
Yeah, we got you covered. We got you covered. Don't worry.
It's all over me. So
I am not dwarven. Thank you very much. I'm a proud goblin.
up on the chimney steep, trying so hard not to sleep. The drop down is at least 20 feet and mighty steep. And the mighty
10
Stefan...
feet.
10 feet, fine. 10 measly feet. It's still solid 6, not D6 anymore. Pathfinder's so mean.
Did you say I hear a peep?
No, you do not. And in the middle of the jungle, you hear a loud freaking jungle. Like, there's jungle ambient noises, man. How could you hear anything sneaking up on you with, like, squeaks and squawks and terror and, that asshole on a vine that keeps swinging by just to show off. Yeah, I can see your loincloth. That's not cool, man. Put some clothes on. You know, that kind of shit going on.
There could be children here.
The mountain has life, but has a stillness, has echoing sounds. The jungle is an onslaught of life and plants and bugs and vermin, and it's really hard to concentrate. However, you can see, and in the dark, actually it's the middle of the day, right, 3 o'clock. We sleep during the day because you're not going to see shit at night. In the middle of the day with his bow perched, scouting, looking far east, south, and west, your 4 hours should pass uneventfully. And you're just about ready. It's 3:59. You're gonna wake up Miros in a minute. That stupid dirt alarm clock that he made out of packed dirt's gonna go off. And then you see something rustle in the bushes about 40 feet away. And it's not that, I mean, you've seen creatures dart and something go, something spotted and furry come charging out and eat it and just look at you and you're next and take off its kill. You know, you've seen that all, like for every hour, something dies in front of you within 60 feet. It's not your problem. The fact that several bushes are rustling in tandem to the south in sort of a circle perimeter, one and then another. It's like something comes close to the edge of the bush and crouches. You don't see what it is, but you see the bush moving. And then not far, 10, 15 feet away, you see another bush rustle a bit and then stop. And then 15 feet away, another, as if you are slowly being surrounded. And we will see you next time. I'd say goodnight, but you know, you really should sound the alarm. Say good morning.
Oi! Wake up, y'all!
Actually, that's what his dirt alarm clock does. It goes, oi, 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 oi.